Hi, so in this video I will show you how to create a Java project from Maven archetypes from Intellij itself. So basically it will help you to export Java um, from the IDE itself, so which is very helpful for debugging as well as just for exploring the simple things. Okay, so let us see. For this you need to have the Java installed, the JDK installed, and IntelliJ as well as the Maven install. Okay, so they are pretty trivial, so you can just download them from internet and just follow a few steps to configure them. So then let us open up the IntelliJ. So here there will be a new project, so just click on new project. So it will open up this pop-up. Here in the left side panel you just choose the Maven archetype, and here the name is the project name, so the Java project name that you want to create. Okay, just I will say explore Java, and the location, so in which place you want to store this project, and then the JDK. So you can choose any JDK that you have installed. I have chosen the Oracle JDK here. Here, or you can add JDK newly and then download JDK and add it here, or you can give the path here, anything of your choice. Okay, so I am just choosing the Oracle JDK, right? In the catalog, basically the catalog is a place, kind of the location where all these Maven archetypes are present. So before going to the Maven archetype, what is archetype? Archetype is just a template for your project, right? So so when you say Maven archetype, it is Maven template for creating the Java project. So there are multiple templates. There are hundreds of templates in the internet from the Maven and different sources. So that is where the source it will indicate, either from internal or say from system, because you can create your own Maven archetypes and then store in your disk. So that is where internal comes, and default is in, and Maven Central, it is the Maven location that they have repo actually with public URL. So from there it will download things, and then you choose the archetype here. So I will choose org dot apache dot maven dot archetypes colon maven maven archetype quick start. So quick start, so you can choose this one. Basically this is more than sufficient for your everyday experiments on Java or simple projects. So I'm just choosing that one, but there are plenty of templates where they will give the way to generate the Java projects. Okay, and here the version, so this version is actually the version of the archetype. So every software will have versions, okay, so every change they will create a new version. So here I am just choosing the latest 1.4 and then just create it. Okay, and if you want to see the advanced settings, you can choose group ID, artifact ID, and version. Here group ID is nothing but the, see, generally the jars, no, they will get identified with the group ID, artifact ID, and version. Okay, group ID generally they will provide the company name, say because the company name is unique, so that the group IDs will not collide with one another. Okay, so here I will just say com.jk.explore.java. Okay, or so com.jk.explore Java, and artifact ID I'm just giving the explore Java, or these two are your choice, you can give. And version by default it is snapshot, you can change it to some just 1.0 also of your choice. Okay, and then just create, click on create. So that's it, you are done. Okay, now you see, now this it has generated the project. So it has created the file, created the folder source with main and then Java. So all the classes that you create for exploring will go into Java folder. So that is the thing, and they have given one simple class, sample class, saying app. okay, with the main method. So this is a place where you can start your program flow. And similarly, the test folder. So if you want to test anything that were created in the main folder, Java folder, they will get tested here. Okay, you can create. This is the test folder. Okay, so that is the basic thing. And package name, whatever you have given the given in the group ID, that has become the this one or the package. If you want to change, you can change it. If you see the pom.xml, so assume that you have zero knowledge in the Maven. Okay, just to take it for granted that this group ID is nothing but the name that you are giving to your jar, because your program will generate the jar from this one. Okay, when you run mvn clean install. So this is the command, mvn command. Just remember this command alone, that is more than sufficient. Clean install. So this mvn will be available the moment you install the Maven software and make it available to the class path, the environment variables. So just if you give this command, what it will do, it will generate the jar file out of it. So when it generates jar file, it will use this group ID, this artifact ID for that. And when it publish the jar to the repo, the remote repo or local repo, at that time it will use this as a folder structure for that. So those things are not needed right now. You just take it for granted, like these are the group ID, artifact ID, version. You can change these values as you like. And these are like what is the name of the project and URL. So this URL, these two are not needed for you, so you can just delete them. And Maven compiler source and Maven compiler target, it is actually the Java version, the source version, which it has to be treated as. So assume that the source version we want JDK 8 version, so 8. And here also the target, it will the bytecode will be generated in the 1.8 format, and the source will be treated in the 1.8 format, that is JDK version 8. Okay, and the dependencies actually, in order to have the test cases, no, they have added this dependency. So this is nothing but some third party guy has developed this jar, and they have published in the Maven repo, that is in the available in the central repo, the public repo. Public repo is nothing but a place where they will store a lot of jars, and anyone who wants to use those jars, so they can just configure it by group ID, artifact ID, and version, and then that will be available to you. So if you see the external libraries here, you see JUnit JUnit 4.11. So the first column before is the group ID, the second one is the artifact ID, last one is the version number. Similarly, there is another one, arg.hamcrest 4. This also is part of JUnit, so that will be available as separate jar, so that will show you here. So it is if you don't want this test thing and all, then there is no need to have this dependency in the POM. So this build, you just take it for granted. Actually this build, whatever is configured here, they are needed to run this mvn clean install. So these things will make use of these plugins and then generate the jar file in the target folder. So here explore java jar. So if you open up in the here open finder, so this jar will be having the classes what it has been written in the this place, com java explore java app. This class will be available inside this jar file. Okay, and that's it. So now you have created Java project, so there is no need for you to use a notepad or anything. You can just directly code it from here. If you want to keep this class, you can keep, otherwise you can create a new class of your own choice. Java class simple hello world class. Okay, here you can just add your own thing like public, or you can write your own fields, private string name, private int id, just name it as this person. So here you just need to rename it as person. So here it will show the errors here itself. So you can just say rename file, it will get resolved. So here you can generate a constructor of your choice for both the things. Similarly, you can just getters and setter for both the things. Okay. Similarly, you can generate the equals and hash code method. See, equals and hash code method. So Java subject sequence hash code, Java 8 version or Java 8 or 9 version, say. So you can say Intellij default. And this is the template. So it's on next. What are the fields to be used in the hash code and equals? So okay. So this will automatically generate whatever is needed if you want to generate. So now if you want to add a test class for this one, you can say new Java class person test. So this annotation you just take it for granted. At the rate test you use it here, and then just it needs to have a signature public void, and then any name of your choice, some simple tester, any name of your choice. Here you can have logic of your own thing, say person x equal to new person, and then what is the name, some abct, and then the id is someone. Okay, so that's it. So sys dot out dot println x dot get name, or I can just, so you can have all the things from here itself. It will show you what are the methods available, println everything. You can play around with that, x dot hash code, everything you can run it. So if you want to debug, if you run it, so it will just run it and it will print out to console. Okay, if you want to debug it, just you can just debug it at debug. You can see this is a person test, x is having name, id, everything. So you can just debug it in the way that you like. So similarly, if you want to run this existing app main, if you want to debug here itself, you can just debug, keep a pointer here. These are args, right? You can pass the arguments here. You can see the edit configurations here. You can say Java 8 we want to use for running this program, environment variables. This one, okay, we just run it, then go to edit configurations. You can program arguments, say a1, a2, a3, apply. Okay, now if you want to debug it, debug app.main, see that arguments that you have passed from here are available here. You can just print them here or anything. So basically this will help you to explore the Java in a simple editor itself, instead of writing all this notepad or whatever it may be. Okay, so the later you can explore whenever you have time on the Maven different commands thing. Otherwise you can just whatever classes you want to add, this is the package, you add the classes and add a test here. That's it. It is pretty simple. Okay, thank you very much.